it's a fascinating thing too, because I feel another aspect, and it's something that we don't really talk about in the nonprofit sector, but there's this personality issue of being humble and like trying not to draw attention to ourselves in some ways. I think women uh, are more hesitant to self-promote than men. Men seem to have more of a natural inclination. And I'm wondering if you ever see that.
I think you know, it stems from we've always been taught, hey, again, back to what I said earlier, is don't blow your own trumpet. And I think that was good back in the days, but we're looking at the future now. And if you're not blowing a trumpet, then somebody else is blowing their own trumpet. This is a race. We got to look at it like that. It's a visibility race. I always tell people, I give you permission, blow your own trumpet. And you know what? If you can't blow, well, sing like a canary. But you got to do something.
And I love that you use the word permission to say, look, this is a part of not only building your own brand, but I say that it helps strengthen your own nonprofit and your team within your nonprofit, because there are 1.8 million registered nonprofits in this nation. That's a lot of competition.
I think that one of the things that, we have to remember that speaking about your work doesn't mean you're not being humble, because we confuse that humility thing with, hey, I'm just going to sit there and not talk about myself. And that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, part of being strategic also, Julia, is we need to speak more in outcomes and not effort. I spend hours and hours putting this together, but we need, as nonprofit leaders and people trying to get visibility, people will recognize your visibility through your outcomes. So if you switch from efforts and talk about outcomes and say, instead of saying I worked very hard on this presentation versus this presentation helped us land a $500,000 grant, you see that has changed the way people receive that and actually has improved your visibility.
And I think to your point, I think in society we are becoming more impact and data driven.
Yes.
We're listening better to these data points and these outcomes.